whistle if you don't be quiet.
So true.
Whoa.
Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming and joining us here. We came up with this idea of bringing Bill here to talk about the vision of Idea Market and what we're doing and all the interesting things that we've got cooking. Without much further ado, I want to introduce Bill Gross. Come on down.
Thank you.
If you haven't met Bill Gross is awesome. Do you have a mic?
Well, thank you so much all for coming. This is fantastic. Please keep eating. So I want you to get your food. So here's why I'm so excited about entrepreneurship. Well, first of all, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've been starting companies. When I was 12 years old, I was selling candy at the bus stop to pay my make money in junior high school. And I started companies in high school. And when I went to Caltech, started a company to pay my way through college. And then after Caltech, I actually graduated the very month that the IBM PC came out. So I bought an IBM PC from my computer land in Pasadena and started learning how to program that and started software companies. And then started Idea Lab in 1996 to start multiple companies in parallel. And all my life, I go through looking around and seeing problems in the world and sort of writing down problem statements and trying to find ways to use technology to solve those problems, to fix those problems. And I love doing that, and I realized I couldn't do enough of that alone. So under the roof of Idea Lab, we could find other entrepreneurs, we could bring other people in to be CEOs to try and make those companies happen, make those things come to life. So we started 125 companies in the last 20 years, more than 10,000 jobs across all those companies. We're so proud of that, but mostly proud of helping those entrepreneurs get a chance to take something forward, because I think that if you take the right startup structure, that entrepreneurship actually unlocks human potential. I think many of you already in the room already experienced that, but that's my feeling, that you actually, it's like Archimedes and a lever moving the earth. When you put the right structure in place, give people the right incentives, get them rallying around the right idea and the right mission, you actually get people doing inhuman things. Like they stay up at night thinking about things they can do to help solve that problem, and you're actually unlocking their brain power that would have lain dormant. So that's why I'm so excited about helping people get together on ideas and giving them that equity incentive and so on. So I've been doing this all my life. I write down ideas every day. We have a master Google Docs spreadsheet across the company where everybody adds to it, but I write down an idea pretty much every day, or a problem statement every day, and then we have brainstorming sessions to try and look at them and figure out which ones to turn to companies. And I'm always frustrated because we can't find enough teams to take them forward. Like, my bottleneck is not ideas or money, it's just people to take them forward. Now, one of the biggest challenges I have in life is finding other people to take my ideas forward, because people want to work on their ideas, not on my ideas. But I want them to work on their idea, not my idea. So we always have the entrepreneur, the CEO, the team, whatever, shift it to become their idea. That was a painful lesson I learned early on, probably after the first 20 companies, that they're not going to work on my idea, they're going to work on their idea. So what we do is we try and find teams that have the same mission in mind as us, but then turn the idea into their idea, either by shifting the direction of the company, pivoting completely, or brainstorming with them so that they invent the way to solve it. So that's why I like to think of it more as problem statements rather than giving them an idea. We're just talking about an area that needs a solution, and then they invent the solution, and then we help them, and we try and give them all the resources to be successful. But across the years, I have this spreadsheet, and 18 months ago, a magical thing happened that led to Idea Market and led to this evening. And it was all the years of Idea Lab, I would be going to our general counsel and saying, I want to take our ideas and put them on our website and see if we can recruit more people to do them, because my bottleneck is people. And they say, oh, you can't do that. We have IP issues. You can't give those ideas away. What if people say it's theirs? What if someone else does them? And they always won. Basically, for 18 years of our 20 years, they kept on winning and preventing me from sharing the ideas openly. But 18 months ago, I finally convinced them, look, let me just take 10 ideas that are on the spreadsheet of 1,000 and just give them away. And so what? If nothing happens or someone else takes them, so what? They're on my spreadsheet. Nothing's happening with them as they are now. So I'd rather have someone in the world take them than nothing happen. So we organized this thing we called an Idea Day. It was sort of like a reverse pitch. We took one night in our big room at Idea Lab. We invited about 150 entrepreneurs from the LA area and said, we're about to give away 10 ideas. They're yours. You can take them and do anything you want with them. I'm going to share 10 of my favorite ideas, 5 minutes each for an hour long, and you can do anything you want with them. And we're going to webcast them, and anyone in the world can take them. And I just wanted to see what would happen if we actually did that. Well, it was fantastic. We had a great response, first of all, for sharing those ideas. 45 teams from around the world pitched us on us actually funding them to take those ideas forward. we picked the best 4. We took 4 of the 10 ideas and funded them with $250,000. They went on to raise subsequent Series A, and 50 jobs to date have been created around those ideas that would have literally been empty, blank cells in a spreadsheet, or unused cells in a spreadsheet. So I'm so thrilled that worked out. And one of the teams that came to pitch us, VJ, came to pitch us to take one of the ideas forward. But we already had a team on a particular picture idea that I was working on, a particular photo sharing idea. We already found a team in New York. We had teams writing in from India, from Cairo, from Croatia, from all over the world. It was really incredible. And a lot of the people from LA who would come to the event also pitched us too. But in brainstorming with VJ, and I was sort of apologizing and saying, well, that idea that you want to work on is already taken. I said, well, we have lots of other ideas. I have the other 10, but I also have 1,000 others. Let's just go through the list. And VJ said to me something incredible, which blew my mind and led to the creation of this company, which is, why don't we start a company called IdeaMarket that just does systematically what you're trying to do with Idea Day? Why don't we try and take this and get ideas from all kinds of people, not only from you, but from anyone who has a great idea that they think should happen in the world, or any problem statement, and let's go find teams and match them together. Let's match capital and talent and great problem statements, great missions. And I thought that's incredible. That would be a dream company, because we can take what I try and do manually and scale it to a bigger audience, and we can go global. Right now, one of my big weaknesses is I'm in Pasadena, California. Most of the teams we want to be in our building. I can work with them most effectively that way, and yet there's talent all over the world, as evidenced by the people who are writing us from crazy places on earth. Great teams without access to the capital, without access to the support to help them build a company. So we started IdeaMarket together. We started it last year. We just funded our first company. We found a team in London. We have a team in India looking at another idea. We have ideas coming in from all over. We have teams coming in from all over. And then just recently, we did this incredible thing with Detroit, where Detroit wanted to have a challenge to try and solve problems in their city with entrepreneurs that might even come to Detroit to try and make it work right there in place. And it was launched at the Techonomy conference a few weeks ago in Detroit. We have teams now applying to solve a big transportation challenge we have in Detroit. We're working with the city of Detroit, and people have funded the idea, pre-funded already, so as soon as we have teams and we pick the winner, they'll have funding for the idea, and again, we'll create jobs there. We'll solve a big, important problem, the transportation issues in Detroit, and then we can try and take that to other cities. We'll repeat it in Detroit, but we'll also do it in other cities. And then another thing has come up. Corporations have come to us saying they have a big problem in innovation. They would like to find teams, empowering them with the startup mentality, give them the equity stake, and so on. Like one of the things that led to the creation of Idea Lab was I was running a company called Knowledge Adventure right before Idea Lab. It was an educational software company. We had grown to 250 people. Not that big, but still big for me. That was the biggest company I had ever run before. And one of the things that I learned, there was this thing about the math of ownership, which was when a new person came into the company and we already had 250 people, there was pretty much no way to give new employees more than 1% equity, because we already had 100% equity divided by 250, and some people had more, and we had investors. And I found this magical thing that happens when people have a significant stake in a company. It's not only for the economics that they're going to earn later on, which is a factor, but there's what I called a new math of ownership, this mathematical calculation, or more physical calculation that goes on in their mind when they really feel like their decisions impact the company, when they have enough of a stake in a company to really make an impact on the direction of the company. So my idea for starting Idea Lab was, rather than so in Knowledge Adventure, we had all these ideas for other products, all these other directions. I was running Knowledge Adventure at the time when Netscape had its IPO, so now there were 30 million browsers out there, and I saw this big opportunity for internet companies. I wanted to start those things inside of Knowledge Adventure. I even went to my board at Knowledge Adventure. Mayfield was an investor in my company, Moore Davidow was an investor in my company, Random House was an investor in my company, even Steven Spielberg was an investor in the company. I went to them and said, I have all these ideas for other things. They said, you shouldn't do them inside of Knowledge Adventure. Knowledge Adventure is winning because of focus. We're focusing on a really great area, making kids fall in love with learning. Anything you do outside of that is going to distract that focus and make us do less well. In fact, Bill, haven't you noticed that the more we narrow the focus, the better we're doing? And I reluctantly agreed with that. And I saw the idea of Idea Lab to make an umbrella company that could support multiple companies, sort of like our multiple divisions at Knowledge Adventure, but minting a new 100% equity pool in each company. Now, of course, everybody's familiar with that now. Everybody knows about that, but it was kind of unusual, this idea of that 100% equity pool to a new small group of people would unlock that human potential. Well, that's the same thing with corporations. Big corporations are trying to make innovation happen, but they don't have the economic structure or the mental structure that incents the people to stay up all night and to try outlandish things, which is what you need to do to really have success. I mean, you'll fail in some of those outlandish things, but you have the risk and the equity pool behind it to make that happen. So we're working with a lot of corporations that would like to solve their corporate problems by coming to us. We have a brainstorming session. We come up together with the company, a whole bunch of great ideas. Then we'll go find teams around the world, fund them. And it's just like funding a bunch of little projects. Not all of them are going to work, but some of them are going to work. Some of them are going to work spectacularly well because of that unlocking of human potential. And I really am excited about doing that. I really like applying this new math of ownership on a bigger scale. And IdeaMarket gives me that reach. But I'm just so honored to be here. I'm so happy to share this with you. You're really helping a dream of mine come true. I mean, entrepreneurship has been so good to me. It's given me such satisfaction in life, such great connections with other people. For example, I wasn't on a football team in high school, so I never had the camaraderie of that. I was never in a play or on the drama club, so I never had the camaraderie of that. Like I saw my kids have that when they were in high school. But the camaraderie of entrepreneurship is so powerful. When you succeed together to make something happen, when everybody in the company has equity and everybody wins, it's just the greatest feeling. So I've had such a great gift to have experienced that many times over, and I want to try and give that back to other people. I think IdeaMarket can really do that in a powerful way, so I'm really excited to do that. I'm so glad you all came here. I got to meet a lot of you outside earlier. Now, I'll be around for a while, so hopefully get to meet more of you tonight. I'm going to go let you have dinner, but thank you again very much. You've been a great audience.
All right, that's it. Enjoy your dinner.